Namaste, beloved. Um, as you may have seen from the title, I want to give you a solid foundation of tips to start sacred space or start altar. Um, we don't want to stick just with the fundamentals right now, because this can get complicated and it can get messy if you allow it. So we're just going to go with what we should know to start off with. So first of all, whenever you decide to make space or prepare altar, I call it altar because I have a working altar. And so what you're going to really want to do is start with pure intention, of course. Something will call to you to create your space, because as you grow and as you awaken, you're going to need somewhere to go. You're going to need somewhere to go that nobody can put their energy in. Nobody can decipher what's in front of them. Nobody can tell you, excuse me, basically what goes in your space. It takes a minute for an altar to come alive. It takes a minute for anything. It's just like having a baby. You have to go through the whole process of, creating the life, and then birthing the life, and then babying the life, and then allowing it to start grow on its own to because your altar and your space is going to be a total and amazing reflection of yourself. When I get done with this video, I will turn the camera around and allow you to see my personal space. So let's just start. Let's just start right now, and I'm gonna just kind of do my thing for a second. I'm gonna clear our energies, and we're gonna teach you something. I'm going to teach you something that wasn't taught to me. And I don't know if you watched my Sage video, my 101 Sage. Yeah. Well, you might want to go check that out, because that's a really informative video. So right now we're just going to clear space. I'm going to do me for a second. Excuse me. Itchy nose. So just bear with me. Om Gam Ganapati Namaha, 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 Om Gam Ganapataye. This is Palo Santa. This is an ultimate space clearer, because not only am I clearing my space, but I'm going to clear part of you also. So this is Om Gam Ganapati Namaha, 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 Om Gam 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 Gam, Om Gam 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 Gam. All right. So whenever you want to create some space, you want to create sacred space, you want it to be your safe zone. Basically, you want everything in it to be useful to you. You're going to want it to be a reflection of you. You're going to want it to be special and sacred. So what we want to do is, of course, we want to pick our space. Pick a table or pick a corner, preferably whatever sign you are. You want to face the direction that your sign is prominent for. I'm a Capricorn, but I automatically face east. So that's how my altar faces. I believe with the spring equinox just passing, that right now is one of the perfect times to lay a foundation for you and for your spirituality, and for you to have somewhere to honestly go that nobody can judge and nobody knows, and it's with everything you work with and everything you believe in. It's not about everybody else. It's about where you're going, what you've been through, and this space will come to be a breath that you breathe. It will come alive if you allow it to, if you nurture it and you love it, and it grows with you. I've been running altar for about 3 years now. And I didn't even know what I was doing. I was lighting my sage backwards. I was thinking I knew what I was doing, but I had a calling to make a sacred space. I had a calling to start building an altar and start working. And so that's what I've done. And I made so many mistakes and had no one to teach me, because there's not really a lot of information on how to build an altar. So enough with the chit chat. Yeah. And oh, by the way, my name is Katina. I'm sorry. And so this is what we're going to do. So whenever we create space, whenever you want to create an altar, you're going to start with the 4 elements. Air, earth, water, fire. Air, earth, water, fire. Air, earth, water, fire, the 4 elements. And then, of course, always spirit, earth, air, earth, water, fire, the Akash, the ether, the void, spirit, the actual spirit. So, 4 elements. Earth, air, fire, water. That's what you're really going to want to start with. You're going to want to start with those 4 elements. You're going to want to start with your earth. You're going to want to learn what sage is. Go see my sage video. Okay? This is something that's going to be prominent and detrimental to your space. You need to learn the different types of sages and what they do. This right here is the ultimate clear, of course, as I said, Palo Santo. Abalone shell. If you can't afford it, look, dude, I know, okay? Trust me. I started from shit. I had a friggin' candle holder that I would put my sage on, and then one day it just got too hot and cracked. Boom. Okay. Round 2. So, we're going to start with air. Earth or air, whichever way you want to go. Earth, air, fire, water, So, okay, we'll go to earth. An earth element would be salt. You want to put salt on your sacred space. You know the saying, salt of the earth, you're the salt of the earth. Well, you don't want to go get Himalayan salt or ice cream salt or anything like that. You just want some regular old iodized table salt. That is the best type of salt for absorbing negative energy. And you want to put that on your altar. You want to put that on your space. It's an earth element. An air element. You want a bell. Bells represent air. They also have a very, very strong capacity of clearing a space. Definitely, absolutely air. A feather is air element. Definitely. Okay. earth element crystals. Crystals come from the earth. Salt comes from the earth, you know. And I just jumped. I'm sorry. Okay, we was on air. Okay, and also incense is an air element. Incense is considered an air element. So that's, we got earth, we got salt, and we got crystals. We got air, we have feathers, we have bells, and we have incense. And also for an earth element, I brought, I don't really put it on my altar because I have other elements of earth, such as, you know, rosemary I grow, and I have sacred grass and such as that. But to open and start an altar and to get life breathed into that altar, earth, actual earth, soil is a key component. And I also have a couple back there, pine cones. So there we go with the earth and the air. Now we're going to go to the fire element. Now, a fire element. Make friends with candles. Go to the dollar store or the Dollar Tree or the 5-quarter tree now, because it's no longer a Dollar Tree. It's $1.25. So we're just going to say 5-quarter store. And you're going to get your fire. Okay, but what you want to do now, make no mistake about this. These are going to come with a sticker. And whenever you put them, and when you put anything on your altar, you don't want it to have any toxicity of the outside. You don't want stickers on it. You want to clear your candles. You want to sage your candles. You want to, and if you can, you know, you have those candles being blessed up under that moon all night long, because I do that all the time. So, I mean, there's a lot of different ways, but what you're going to do is you're going to never let your altar go out. This is kind of like the nightlight for your little baby. You know, the earth is just like coming out of canal and breathing life into it, you know, having solid foundation. You know, that air is be like, okay, here's your breath, baby. Come on, breathe. This fire, this is another form of life. When I turn my camera around, you'll see it. My altar never goes out. Never. Ever. There's candles. There's always 2 candles that's lit. That's why I got you 2. Because they're considered torches, you know. Couple of deities refer to them as torches. But yeah, so my torches stay lit. My altar, my candles are always lit. So make friends with that fire element. Make sure you keep your torches lit. You make sure your lights don't never go out, because when we breathe in life, we work around the clock until that life is stable enough and solid enough to, you know, run it. Keep that in mind. So there's fire. Make friends with it. So the water. Okay, now this is, I went backwards because that was stupid. Okay, this right here, this is actually, you know, like the amniotic fluid. This is life in itself. Water is life in itself. Everything is life in itself. The sage is life in itself. I pray to the spirit of life. I pray to the spirit of growth. You know, I mean, there's life is in the soil. I mean, there's literally microorganisms, you know, and animals, you know, that's just a part of life. So, Incense is also an awesome way to clear space. Back to the water. This is the number one key. I'm going to show you. This right here is a chalice. And it has holy water in it. I can't tip it because this is actually a part of my altar and a part of my deity's altar, because I have separate altars in this altar. So, but this is the number one rule. You want to bring life to anything, you want earth and water and air and fire to actually bring that life. This is what we're doing. We're calling in the elements. Okay, but that water, number one rule. You change your water every single day. You find a worthy glass. You find a glass that has no chips. You find a glass that is, I mean, it don't have to be, you know, whatever, but it needs to be worthy of spirit. is what it needs to be worthy of. You know, so just like whenever you come to your altar in prayer, whenever I come to my altar and I do altar work, you know, whenever I'm giving offerings to my ancestors at this altar, I'm clean. You want your body to be accepted upon the spirit, which I'm kind of like, okay, I'm working that one out. But you want to be clean. I feel that whenever I do my work and my body's clean and my clothes are clean and I am centered and I'm ready to perform an offering. But I'm coming to my altar and I'm coming to my ancestors and I'm coming to the spirit of life, and I'm going to be clean. Back to the water. So that water should sit on the corner of your altar. And that water needs to be changed every single day. If you can't change it every single day, I mean, you need to make it a point to change it as often as you possibly can. And you want to use good, clean water because you're birthing a baby. You know what I'm saying? So, you want to always wash your cup out. You want to show your altar respect. You know, once when you get these, you know, once when you get it, once when you're just building space and you got the elements and you're going there to pray, you're going there to be. You're just going there because you're wanting to extend a part of you unto a table or a sacred corner or, you know, a deity statue, or you're wanting to take your energy and you're wanting to put it into that, so therefore it will respond to you as you respond to it. When you run your altar and it's good and solid, your food that you put on it will last so long. Your flowers, as long as you tend to them and, you know, and you change the water ever so often, when your altar is alive, your flowers will stay alive more. I promise you that. I'm telling you. When your altar's alive, it will actually respond. There's a response that I get when I sit in my sacred spot. There's a response that I get if I go somewhere and I can't take altar with me. I've done it several times, you know. And I can't take altar with me, so therefore I have to take a part of my altar and bring it with me, but I have to shut altar down. Well, that is when you come back, is when you feel this, it's just whenever you know someone is excited to see you, you feel their excitement. It's the same way with an altar. You begin to feel the life, and you begin to appreciate it. So number 1 rule, always change your water. Number 2 rule, let's do the elements: earth, air, fire, water. Number 3, earth, air, fire, water, Akash, ether, the void. Okay, here's another, this is also a part of the elements. I'm sorry. Also a part of the elements is the Akash, the ether, spirit, the void, the actual realm, source. So to me, and also, I looked it up for you, but to me, source, the spirit, ether, to me, that is your deities. That is, I have malas, your malas, your sacred grass, your flowers. Flowers is part of the ether. Absolutely. And I follow a bit of Hinduism, and they say that the flower petals actually are a way to, they call it a texting, but yeah, flowers, because whenever I do pujas, or I, like right now, I have my altar is got food on it, and whenever I do special occasions, I do use flower petals, and I do pretty much always try to have flowers on my altar, because honestly, gift your altar like gifts, flowers. I'm telling you. Bring some crystals to your altar and say, welcome to Circle. Okay? But whenever you, oh yeah, one more thing. I know I'm ramming a bunch of dumb things. It's not really dumb, but a bunch of random things. Don't forget to sage them. Don't forget to clear them. And whenever you pick up candle, anytime you pick up a candle, the first thing you want to do is you want to examine the body, and then you want to look at the bottom. You see that little wick holder thingy right there? Well, you want to make sure that's centered. Number 1 rule. First thing I do, any metaphysical store I go to, and if I'm working with candles, which I work with candles a lot, but if I work with candles, I promise you, that's the very first thing I look at. Make sure it's centered. Another thing that will help you just like become centered and just bonding with your altar, you can, I'll show you, cinnamon sticks. I'm sure you can see that. I have cinnamon sticks laying in specific places in my altar. Singing bowls. Great way to move energy, just throughout your little personal space. I used to have altar cloths. I thought I was somebody. I'll tell you a quick story. I thought I was somebody, oh, I'm big and bad making my altar. Well, yeah. Okay, so I tried altar cloths for the first year. It happened for the first year. I was like, gotta make everything so perfect, and I was like really in my head about it. And then the second year, I started really dabbling with my candles and my oils and a lot of sages, and so I started actually ruining my altar cloths. And it just so happened, it's like I had like, I don't know, probably 5, and they all have giant oil things in them and just giant burn holes. So I was like, okay, I've had enough of that. So we're just going to take it back to the old days. And I just have a pretty good sized table, and this is a part of me as I am myself. And so let's do a recap one more time. We're not going to let our candles go out. We're going to change our water all the time. We're going to make friends with sages. We're going to make friends with the elements. Earth, air, fire, water. Water, air, fire, earth. Oh, no, sorry. Earth, air, so it's air, earth, water, fire. Yeah, water, fire. Earth, air, earth, water, fire. Air, earth, water, fire. Air, earth, water, fire. Akash. 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 I love you, beautiful soul. Thank you for sharing space. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for wanting to learn how to do an altar. That's pretty cool. I think you'll get a lot of fun out of it. I really do. 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, Akash. Stick with that. Leave your comment. If you like it, I can help you progress a little bit. And I just learned it from, I was thrown in the ocean and said swim. I was like, okay, I'll swim. Yeah, I got you. Earth, air, fire, water, Akash. Earth, air, fire, water, ether. Earth, air, fire, water, spirit. Earth, air, fire, water, void. Never let your candles go out. Always change your water. Keep your space clear. Connect. Love. Be a part of. So if you want to see my altar, I'll go ahead and flip my camera around. So it's a little chaotic because I have all these elements over here I wanted to show you. But I think we could do it real quick. All right, let's turn it around.